Mike Hughes at Guns and Tactics TV. Here we have Mr. Oliver North to give us his perspective.
Well, Mike, I'm looking forward to a day when we have leadership at the top of the executive branch in America that respects the Constitution. What we have seen here in the last few weeks is a convulsive effect of a terrible tragedy that occurred in an elementary school in Connecticut, and now an abridgment of our Second Amendment rights. I look at what transpired in New York City, New York State, of legislation that's not going to increase the security or protection of a single American child. And it was done in such a way that, quite frankly, you couldn't do a competition like this, Mike, in New York anymore. It would be against the law. That's going to have to change. That's going to have to take leadership. It's going to have to take the involvement of folks who really do care about the Constitution of the United States. Join the NRA if you're not already a member.
Mr. North, there are so many concerned citizens out there. From your perspective, what can we do to make real positive change?
Well, look, theoretically, there's 100 million of us who are firearms owners, and yet there's only 4.5 million of us that are members of the National Rifle Association. I like to remind folks that the NRA is one of the greatest civil liberties protectors on the planet. And so folks who are concerned about where we're heading and the direction in which things seem to be going need to involve themselves, engage themselves in this effort, become members of the National Rifle Association. Turn out to vote when there's an election, whether it's for county dog catcher or for President of the United States. And look, there's something in the neighborhood of 30+ million Americans who are eligible to vote in the last election, and they didn't bother to do so. You kind of get what you deserve, Mike.
Do you think we should really take a step back and not focus on the needs, but just really the fundamental rights of what the Second Amendment is all about?
I have no doubt that it's appropriate for us to look back and say, what is the cause of these kinds of incidents? Okay, an appropriate thing to do. But the idea that you're going to somehow make life safer by denying an ability to conduct this kind of a competition in the state of New York makes absolutely no sense to any of us. And yet they jammed it through. The governor signed it. It's now the law. And there's people who were law-abiding citizens yesterday in New York who are not law-abiding citizens today because of what they have. The way the cosmetic effect, if you will, of the way a firearm looks doesn't change a thing, but that's where we are today. And again, that's a call to American citizens, we the people who are supposed to govern in America, to get out there and get engaged in the process.
Thank you, partner. Appreciate it.